Go, guys. Zach, just how ready are you guys to go up against someone else tomorrow?
I mean, yeah, that's what preseason and training camps for. We beat up on each other all day, and then you finally get to go play against someone else and not know their plays, not know their speed. So it's fun. So the first couple games is always exciting and a lot of information.
Is it a little bit of it about trying to figure out how your game translates, what your offense and defensive schemes translates against somebody else?
Yeah, and then we put in a new offense. We got a new coaching staff. We got some new players. So just figuring out, what everyone's role and spots is, and then just working the rust off. You can practice against each other as much as you want to, but nothing's like the real game.
Anything you're most curious about to see this group do against opposition for the first time?
No, I mean just to see our compete level. We should be. We've been playing really hard against each other, so let's have it translate to a real team, a real opponent.
We've heard a little bit about new wrinkles in the offense or whatever you guys are doing. For you specifically, what does that mean for you, and what kinds of changes are you seeing around you out there?
I've been in so many offenses in my career. It's not a lot different than what we've been accustomed to, but I think having Dennis out there has been big. For me and a lot of the guys, to where he's been a vet, he's been in big time games, and he knows how to calm down situations, get guys the ball. And then let's just see how we play off each other.
Doug's talked about moving Domas around to different spots. Is that creating some different looks, some different kind of spacing for you guys?
Yeah, Domas gets the ball off the rebound, and he'll bring it, or if he catches in the post or whatever. So, he's such a talent versus other fives. He's really a four, but he can dribble and create and stuff like that. So it creates advantage just in itself.
Hey Zach, side question. Dylan Cardwell, how he been looking through training camp?
Dylan?
Yeah.
I love Dylan. Dylan's been really big for us, and I like him because he's a little bit of an enforcer. He's aggressive. He'll hit somebody if you need to. Not physically, but he'll. I like his attitude.
Y'all have conversations with him,
Yeah,
I know he's down on the
pecking. If somebody fouls me, I want him to put somebody on the ground.
Zach, a week into camp, we've seen you get an extra work in. Also, heard you've been picking up 94 feet as well. How's your body feeling headed into tomorrow night?
I feel like I'm in the middle of training camp. I'm a little sore, but that's how it's supposed to be. Getting your body ready, and they're expecting us to be picking up. Obviously, you can't pick up 94 feet every single possession, but we've been running a lot. We've been playing a lot of defense. And, we don't have to use that aggression to make ourselves as competitive as we can.
Thoughts on Snell last night?
Woo! Now that's a question right there. Shout out my boy Blake, man. He's probably the most electrifying pitcher in baseball. And in the playoffs, he does this thing. Really excited for him. I wish I was able to go to a couple of games. Hopefully, we have an off day, and slide down there. So we'll figure it out. But the Blake Snell is right now is my MVP of the playoffs.
Are you the head of the fan club, or would you say of the Blake Snell fan club?
He's my brother-in-law, man. So you gotta support him the same way he'll support me.
Straight up.
Was it a hard sell, or did you volunteer Max using your car to get his license?
Did he say that?
Yeah.
He said he drove you a Ferrari.
No, I did not give him that. I gave him a BMW. But Max, he's a rookie, man. I'm just trying to look out for the guys. And he said he's going for his license. I thought Max was like 24, by the way, too. So I was like, bro, you should have had your license about 5 years ago.
How has this year been different for you? You weren't obviously on this team coming into camp last year. Just what's your comfort level like getting this whole training camp with this group?
It feels good. You always want to have a full camp and start from ground zero instead of being there in the middle of the season. We got another good question. What's up?
I just want you to leave so I can go.
Oh, okay. Let's ask about 6 more questions so DeMar can late.
What should we ask DeMar DeRozan?
Huh?
What should we ask DeMar DeRozan about?
What should we ask Debo?
Let me finish the questions they're gonna ask you.
Okay, yeah, come on. Yeah, you get my questions.
Thanks, Zach. Thanks, Zach. Appreciate you.
Next time you gotta save me, all right?
Let me ask you a question.
No, hell no.
Would you have let Max borrow your car to get his driver's license?
Hell no.
That's what Zach did.
Yeah, I know. Zach is a nice guy. If you need anything from Zach, ask Zach. He'll give it to you.
Not you.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah. How much? I don't know. You've been through so many of these. Is there Is there jitters going into a first preseason contest with a new group?
I wouldn't necessarily. I mean, for everybody, it could be different. I know for me, just still, playing the game that I love, having the opportunity to still go out there and play, it's always exciting. It's like the older you get, the more you understand you can't take these moments for granted. You always want to be in these situations and be able to play, be able to still play at a high level. So, I'm looking forward to it. I wouldn't necessarily say jitters, just more so, just excited just to get back out there.
What are you most curious to see from this group in that first opponent, against the first opponent?
Just what we've been doing all week. It's going to be mistakes here. It's going to be, mishaps here. Just learning each other in real life situations. You kind of get tired of beating up on each other throughout a week of training camp. So just to get out there, play against somebody else, be in front of the fans, kind of feel the atmosphere. Looking forward to that. I think that's something we definitely need.
Doug said yesterday the energy was a little down. Did you guys feel like you bounced back today?
Yeah, we bounced back. We bounced back. No excuses. Just in a sense, just human nature in a sense. We got after it, a week straight. And sometimes coming off that day off, kind of be a little sluggish here and there, but we bounced back.
DeMar, we've heard about changes in the offense, little wrinkles, moving Domas around. What does that look and feel like to you guys compared to last year?
I mean, just give him more of options to be the dynamic player that he is. To help us out, help us be more of a team that move the ball. We got one of the best passing bigs in the league. And put him all over the floor and give us opportunities to find different angles to score, to get other guys involved. So, it's been great. Like I said, it's going to be fun tomorrow. See how we mess around with it in game.
Are you seeing any differences in terms of floor spacing and that kind of thing?
I mean, most definitely, especially with Dennis. When you got a point guard like Dennis, his capability of getting downhill, his passing, his finishing, his creativity, it's amazing. So it makes it a lot easier for us, when he had that point guard position.
Do you like that it's against the Raptors, an organization you have so much history with?
I mean, yeah, that's home, man. That's where my whole career started. That's where I became the player I am today. So the Raptor organization definitely always going to hold a special place, regardless. Now, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years from now, it's nothing that could ever replace that feeling that I had, my 9 years there. So it's always cool to see familiar faces that's still there and, going against them.
Did that moment last year change anything in your mind about what that organization is and what you mean to them, having, Drake and have him kind of piping off the way you did?
No, I don't care. What I did there, I put my life on the line. Every single moment that I stepped on that court, nothing and nobody can ever take that away. I don't get caught up in the shenanigans of, all the bull crap that come with it. At the end of the day, I hoop, I go out there. Every true fan and every person who know me there know, I representing that place more than anybody who ever came through there.
What'd you think of your name coming up in the league track that came out a little while back?
Oh, I knew about it a year ago, so it ain't nothing new. It's new to everybody, but I already know.
When you look at the Raptors, because that team is long, it's athletic. Is that something you guys need to face here?
Yeah. They've always been one of those dynamic teams that had a lot of wins, especially when Nick Nurse took over with the size that they had, and it's going to be fun. They got some great talent, to see B.I. back out there playing for them. Got RJ, you got Scotty, it's a lot of length out there that you gotta be ready for. I'm looking forward to it tomorrow.
Hey, DeMar, side question. You have had some international experience playing overseas, even watching games. What is it like, going to different countries playing basketball?
Oh, man, it's amazing because, we get so used to, our region, playing in all the arenas across the league. It's always good to just see a different atmosphere, a different feeling, pulling up to an arena, pulling up to a hotel, different city, a different country. It gives you a different type of feeling, to see how much basketball is really global. So it's always fun. Every experience that I had playing in another country has been exciting. I always try to look forward and hope, I'm on the team that get a chance to, travel because it's amazing to be able to have that experience.
Do the American players have like a connection with the foreigners, the international community?
Oh, yeah, for sure. A lot of guys do. A lot of guys, depending on what shoe brand you with, could take trips over to China, have a fan base in China. So, it always varies if you've been there before. So to even see you being recognized over there, people in other countries wearing your jersey and everything is definitely cool.
DeMar, free throws have been a big point of emphasis that Coach Christie's talked about. Every time we see you doing the team free throw drill, you're tossing the ball to your teammates. Was that your decision, and what's the significance?
Yeah, just my decision. Just, being there for my teammates, let them get in their rhythm, cheering them on, running them, make the shots. So that's all it is. Nothing.
It's the second time we've come to you this year.
No, you good.
My bad.
No,
Do you have anything more you want to add?
No.
Okay, no, it's tough. How do you feel about 4 preseason games? How do you use the games to kind of tune up for the season, and how do you feel about the number this year?
I remember when it was 8. I played when we played 8. Sometimes 9, depending on if you do an inter squad scrimmage. I think for me, 4 is great. You take advantage of those 4. You still got time in between to clean up whatever it is you need to clean up offensively and defensively. So there's more than enough time to do what you need to do.
What do you think of the guard depth that this team has, specifically defensively? And you're obviously going against a lot of those guys every day.
It's great. The level that these guys compete at the position is definitely tough. It's like next man up. Everybody fighting for a victory some way, whether if it's personal or team-wise. So to have that, out here every single day, can't do nothing but make the next person better.
Thanks,
Thanks, DeMar.
Give him shit. Okay, he does it all the time.
That's all good.
I've seen all about it. Cut it out.
You ever get in on these competitions?
I'm sure somebody's gonna talk me into it for sure. No doubt. Yeah.
Keon still hasn't looked at your film. You know that, right?
It's okay. Keon can think whatever Keon wants. I tell him he would have a hard time catching the ball on me. He tells me, "Coach, shut up. You're crazy." But he's one of my favorites. So.
Did you used to have shooting competitions with Peja and Bobby and those guys?
Oh, absolutely. One-on-one, me and Bobby mostly. That was the. They don't do that a lot today. Sometimes we get into one-on-one, but it's even more asking. That was probably the biggest thing is. He helped me learn how to guard smaller players, and I helped him how to learn how to work off of bigger players. So iron sharpens iron. We were good for each other in that way.
Coach, is this a perfect example of basketball being fun?
Oh, absolutely. It's supposed to be fun. Bobby. Now, if he wins, holy snaps! I don't even know what to say. We ain't gonna be able to. We couldn't shut him up anyway. Now he'll be. He gonna have something over all of his head. That wouldn't be a good look.
Yesterday's practice, you felt like the energy wasn't there. Do you feel like it picked up again today?
Oh yeah, they were spectacular today. They were locked in, which is listen. I don't know too many teams that come back after an off day and have a great practice. I don't care where you're at. It's the nature, it's the energy, it's the mind is someplace else, and then maybe you lock in towards the end. And they did that for us yesterday. Towards the end of the practice, 82-2 is hard. They knocked it out. They shot their free throws. They knocked them down. So there were points in the practice when I went back and looked at that were actually really good. I have to find something to talk about though, because I will say we're asking them to pick up. We're asking them to be physical. We're asking them to be handsy. Now, we do need tape against somebody else, and tomorrow it may go good. It may not go good, but whatever happens, we'll have tape on it and we'll adjust. And these guys are competitors. That's the one thing. The competition level in this gym has been really high.
You can play all 5 starters tomorrow?
Yeah, I think everybody's good. We'll see, how many people we play, but most definitely that's the plan.
Probably limited minutes though, so you can go deep in the rotation.
Damn, Jay, why you always be trying to ask? Man, what do you want me? You want me to just lay it out for you right here?
It's a preseason game, Doug.
You gotta have something to leave to the mind, man. Come on, bro. We'll see. We do want to get a good sweat in. There's only 4 now, so that fast forwards the process a little bit. That kind of answer your question?
That helps.
Okay, that helps you? All right.
I imagine as a player, you probably
didn't love preseason, but here as a coach, you probably would like back to 8 like you used to have. I mean, what's that kind of?
I don't think it's changed. It's not that the players don't like preseason. It's that they're trying to find what they're trying to find, and then we're trying to find what we're trying to find. And normally you want it to hit as you're going in, so everything works. It just, the less games, it's a little bit different. So you kind of got to fast forward the process a little bit. Some teams do, some teams don't. For us, we got a lot of questions that we want to answer. So we need to see certain things. We need to play really hard and see how those coverages work. We need to see how they felt picking up 94 feet. Whereas the second man on the defensive slide, was he in position? I want to see pick and roll defenses. All those different things are questions that you see it in practice, but in practice it's one thing. Even as hard as they're playing, it's always different in the game.
You talked about wrinkles in the offense and moving Domas around a little bit. Like, can you kind of share some insights and break that down for us, what that's looked like in practice so far?
I thought it has been great. I mean, I think Domas, first of all, is just a special talent. So when you put that together, just allowing him to be anywhere on the court. And I think the game dictates sometimes, like what type of center is he playing. That dictates where he's at. When it comes to splits and stuff like that, you can get to it out of a lot of different things. I like that. It's something that I did when I played. Now, that doesn't mean anything. It just means as a coach, I like that style of play that is read-based as opposed to running a play. But obviously, we will have sets, we will have plays, but we want to give them the freedom in the first 8 to 10 seconds of the shot clock to just get downhill, play aggressive, play fast, get at the basket, try to break the defense down, and then we have to have organization, dead balls and different things. That's a whole ballgame.
Coach Christie, how beneficial has it been since training camp start, leading up to the game tomorrow? How beneficial has that been to you since you had to come in, at a strained situation last December?
It's been beneficial. I mean, it's different because there's a lot in that question. There is, summer league. There's a lot that comes in. It's not just from training camp to now. It's been a whole process. So, but it's really been a lot of information. I'm always trying to learn and trying to grow and trying to be better. So, there's something in there too. Not everybody is that way. Some people just have it the way they have it and they're cool. I'm always trying to, we got to take into consideration who we have on our team, what type of players we have on our team. That dictates some of that as well. There's a style that we want to play to, but we also have to have the players to play that style. And I gave you the example of Dennis at 94 feet. So now that we got him, okay, we can play that way. There's a lot to it, but yeah, this has been extremely beneficial and a lot of fun.
What's the most pleasant surprise for you out of this camp?
The competition level. Asking them to do something that they haven't necessarily done at a high level for a long period of time, in my opinion, is hard. That's a difficult thing. And when somebody that's actually done it, I understand what's required out of that. And the commitment from them to try to do that every single day has been highly impressive, and I really appreciate that. Now, listen, I know we're going to get in the game, and whatever's going to happen is going to happen, but that's another learning step for us. Come back, watch film, look at it. Where are we at in that? And if we need to turn it up more, then we got to turn it up.
Is there a player that stood out that's maybe surprised you in what they can do that you didn't think they could do or didn't know they could do?
No, I think all of them have been, Dennis's competitiveness and leadership has, jumped off. I think Neek has also demonstrated that he can do a lot of different things on the court. I kind of knew that, but watching him, in summer league is one thing, but against NBA players is something different. Zach's defense and DeMar's defense and commitment to trying to play defense has been impressive. You guys mentioned Domas and moving him around the floor. There's so many. I mean, I can go to Malik and his commitment to the defensive end. Keegan has been a 3-and-D all-around player that I think that I see him ready to take a jump, but we got to wait till the game starts. So I could go down each one of them because they've all really, really impressed. The rookies who have been back are in incredible shape. Dylan has been great. Like, you can just go on and on. Drew, all of them have something that I might not have known about, but after watching them, went, okay.
What are you seeing out of Dylan?
Last one, guys.
Cardwell.
Dylan is his level of physicality and commitment to being coached, and his ability to rebound the basketball. He sets incredible screens. Went through some video with him, or one of our assistant coaches, Garius. I gave him, I want him to do this, and then they went back, they watched video, and then the other day I was like, oh damn. I'm watching the film and I'm like, man, he did it. So that meant that they, in their PD and their vitamins, they're working on it. So there's been a lot with him, and he's just an extremely coachable kid, plays extremely hard, and there's a level of physicality that he has that you don't really teach it. You got that about that life or you ain't.
Thanks, DC.
Right on. Thanks. Always, man.